This man swam in nuclear wastewater. By the time he got to shore, his whole body looked like he'd fallen into a sewer. When he coughed, he vomited black liquid. When he got home, he threw up all over the toilet. The man hid under the covers and shivered. He's going to die. But when he woke up, he didn't feel sick at all. He had a big appetite. He felt great about himself. He even thought he could kill a cow with one punch. The man's name is Jeeg. He's a thief by trade. Yesterday he stole a gold watch. In order to escape from the police, he fell into the nuclear wastewater. At this point, Jeeg finds Sergio, a gangster, and sells the gold watch he stole yesterday. Sergio tells Jeeg about a new job dealing with drug dealers. He gets paid a lot of money for it. Jeeg agrees immediately. But as soon as they arrived at the scene, the deal fell apart. Sergio was shot and killed. Jeeg was also shot and fell down the stairs. He hit the ground hard. It's the 22nd floor. A normal person would have fallen to the ground. But Jeeg just lay there for a while and Saturday up without a scratch. Jeeg was confused. Was he already dead? He ran home. He didn't even breathe for 5 kilometers. Sergio's daughter Alicia ran into him. Alicia had been mentally retarded since she was a child and was screaming for Jeeg to take her to her father. Jeeg couldn't bear to tell her that Sergio was dead. He shut Alicia out. Then he treated the wound himself. But Alicia wouldn't stop arguing. Jeeg finally couldn't take it anymore. Alicia was scared away. Jeeg was also shocked by what he saw. This is a steel door. When did he become so aggressive? To check again, Jeeg removed the heater pipe. The 280-pound heater was bent by Jeeg. Then a bold idea came to his mind. Jeeg went to the cash machine